Oh, you're going straight into it. Like, first of all, I want to thank you for pronouncing my names correctly. It's not. We've been practicing that for the last 20 minutes now. So
Feel the burn, baby.
Oh yeah, it's a slam dunk.
It's absolutely breathtaking. Thanks for joining us. I'm here with Suna Nikolaisen from Panormal Studios, and I'm excited to be sitting down with you, and I'm really excited about what we're about to announce to the folks that have been watching Bike to Bites, a new partnership, which I'm super jazzed up about. I have been a big fan of you guys for a long time, and to actually have you step in and say, you know what, we want to partner with Bike to Bites. We want to be your apparel partner, was super exciting for me. So thank you, first and foremost. And talk to me about why you thought Panormal Studios was a good fit for this partnership.
oh, you're going straight into it. Like, first of all, I want to thank you for pronouncing my names correctly. It's not. We've been practicing that for the last 20 minutes now. So thanks for that, and thanks for coming out to here and see us out at Sea Order. You said you're happy to see this partnership coming together, and so are we. It's nice to be able to support people with a good vision, and especially also sharing the same interest as most of the people in the brand. We love food and love wine, and we love living a good life. So definitely, it was a natural fit when you proposed this to me. It's I'm traveling around and just eating at restaurants and meeting the chefs and all this stuff, and that's. For some of our collections, that's especially the Essential collection that you're wearing right now.
Which is what I'm wearing, which is super comfortable.
It's actually what we want to tell with that one. It's it's more for the rider. That's more for the exploring part and stuff. So yeah, it was a natural fit for us, and yeah, I think you're doing some great stuff that I definitely want to support.
I would love to kind of talk a little bit about the ethos of Panormal Studios, the DNA, if you will, where the roots of where it started, and why you think, based on that the fit was really good for us in this partnership.
I'll start with the roots and the DNA of the Panormals. We just turned 10 years. We have 10 years anniversary this year, and it's founded by a good group of friends that was all into Panormal Studios. It was all into riding bikes and creating communities, and it turned out we were all doing the same Grand Thunder race in France for a couple of years, and one of the co-founders, Carl Oscar, he was designing just a kit for everyone who participating, and it starts
for fun.
Just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we all could ride the same kit when everybody goes down to La Marmotte, and out of that, the people were oh, where can I get it? Where can I get it? The hype was there. It was right at the same time with Instagram got big, and people was oh, wait, I need that clothes. I also want to start riding, but I need that one. They did another year, and it was just in a PDF file. There's putting up some design, and it was sold out. Immediately 200 kits. It's all right, maybe there's something here. So they had the ambitions from the get-go to all right, we want to make this an international, and it's all about communities. I think it's not just about selling stuff, but it's about selling the dreams, and it's about selling part of your DNA and part of your identity. So that's so close to what we do, and I think we are here to inspire other people to choose their own road. And I think that is where it fits really good into the partnership with you. You also, with your series of Bike to Bites, it's we're inspiring people to go do their thing, and you're just being an inspirational for them, and choose their own road, and just go to different cities, and not always choosing the same burger as this place, and just being a little bit more open-minded. So that's where I think it fits really, really natural to us.
Yeah, I love it. It's funny, as you're describing the history and the birth, if you will, of the company, there's a lot of synergies between how your founder started this company and how I got to start Bike to Bites as a television series, which was by accident. It started from a passion. It started from me falling in love with cycling, and I had already been producing food and travel television before, and I was how do I marry all the things that I love? And this series kind of came about as a result of you know what, let's just go out and try shoot something like this and see if there's something here. And from that, it it struck a chord with some of my former network executives from the network television business, and it became a series. And it was out of a passion, it was out of a desire to just go out and do what I love, that it was born. And it sounds exactly like how Panormal Studios was created.
You spot on. It's actually like I think the first many hires we did was like in the network of cyclists was just like, all right, can you do e-com? Can you do this? Like we slowly found our way, but it was all driven by a passion for riding and a passion for the brand and creating like something that you want to have like other people to be part of, and we want to be like inspirational to other people. So it's not about like selling, as I said. It's just about like creating a good foundation for people to like actually like be part of something that's bigger.
And I love the community. You talk about the community that you've built. You've built a global community. I mean, you started with this idea, and now you're here in the United States, but you're all over the world. And you know the excitement for the brand and for the culture has really grown immensely.
It's wild. Sometimes I still pinch my arm when I see like people around Colombia, New Zealand, Iceland, wherever, doing group rides. They found each other through Panormal, because like we're setting up the framework, or like the opportunities for people to actually meet, and then they creating friendships. And I think that's the beauty. You know, like going from like I was working in social housing projects before, and then like to find the balance into like going to like a business where it's all about money and like to earn as much as possible and all this stuff. It was hard to find the meaning for me, but like seeing all those friendships and all the communities growing as it is still doing, and it did for many years. That's really satisfying for me, and like
I love the sense of community that the brand represents. You could see it today. You guys did a ride this morning from downtown Monterey up here to Sea Otter. There was a large group of people that were all like on that ride together. I didn't ride with you today because my bike has got a little problem that we're attending to before tomorrow's big ride. But I love the fact that you guys, it's a pillar, if you will, of your brand, which is all about the people, the friendships, the community that you're building. It's not just about selling product, right? And when it comes to the product, I mean, I will tell you, I've worn a lot of clothes, you know, in my journey. And these are by far some of the most comfortable bike kit that I've ever worn. And when I say comfortable, comfortable in all the places it's supposed to be comfortable in, you know. The chamois on these are amazing. The feel on my body is amazing. And I love them. I absolutely love them. And so that, coupled with the fact that there's this ethos that I've just fallen in love with, is really special.
Yeah. You don't need to tell me. I know that we're doing a super good job on all the products that we're actually doing. I know that it's been like a statement from us to begin with. Like we are an uncompromising brand. It's like we don't want to not delivering the best of the best. So yeah, I'm glad you recognized it, and I'm happy to receive all the positive feedback. I love it, and it always makes me happier to like, yes, I'm making your rides even better.
Yeah, no, and both on ride or on race and off race. I mean, these clothes are they're really amazing, and makes me feel very comfortable in my own skin. And I think that's been my struggle. I got to be honest with you. The last couple of years trying different bike kit, never felt comfortable in my own skin in some of it. Like, I'm not the typical, 6 foot, really slim cyclist. I mean, no, you're in very good shape. I'm getting in better shape. I've been working really hard at it. And cycling has absolutely been transformative for me in that way. I've dropped 30 pounds, and since I started cycling, and I'm striving to do more. But I would wear bike kit, and it would not make me feel comfortable in my own skin. And I've tried a lot. You're one brand that I've tried that I instantly put it on, and I didn't feel like self-conscious. Like, I felt really comfortable in my own skin inside the kit that I was wearing, and that's a huge benefit for me. It's one of the huge benefits for me. Other than we already talked about the quality and the commitment to the quality and doing things with excellence, but knowing at the end result is that I actually feel comfortable while riding, when not riding, and the clothing that you provide is just amazing,
Yeah, I think it actually elevates like the whole experience, and it elevates the vision of yourself when you're looking in the mirror and you're about to go out on the rides. It's like, I look like pro, man. Like,
yeah.
So you're just growing like 2 feet taller. When
Just stretch myself a little bit.
When you're like getting into our stuff, and you just like feel like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, no, it is good. Now, the big question of the day, I'm not wearing official shoes right now because I'm not riding, but like the socks I'm wearing, the big question of the day is, what are the cool kids doing? Are they socks in or socks out? And I need to ask the proverbial question. I have my socks out right now. What are the cool kids doing?
Have you ever read in the book the 5 rules?
No.
Oh, there's actually a rule book.
For cyclists?
For cyclists.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. Then you can read everything, all the written rules, like and unwritten and unsaying rules in cycling, and like, are you wearing your glasses
on the inside of the strap, or
outside,
the outside of the strap?
Are you wearing white socks or not white socks? How tall your socks have to be, like 12 centimeters or not, and like all that stuff. But actually, I'm not about all those rules. I'm just about.
I'm not either.
But like, go out on your bike. It's like if you can push the pedals, like you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah, however
because,
you want
to. That's what
That's
gives
right.
you respect, right?
That's right.
But yeah, my personal answer to this, I will wear the socks inside.
Inside. That's
Yes.
how I usually wear them.
Yes.
That's how I usually wear them. But then I felt today, like, I put these on, and I was like, I was so proud of the Panormal Studios logo, I didn't want to cover it. So,
All right.
so I wore them on the outside, but typically I will wear them on the inside.
Yeah, same would I.
Yeah.
But there's so many rules. Like I think
I've never been one
it's
to follow
called
them, though.
Illuminati.
Okay.
Illuminati is the book where it's like it's 15 years old maybe, but there's all the rules in.
I'll have to read the book and then probably throw it out.
Probably.
No, I'm
You
only
will be
kidding.
quite surprised about like all the rules that somebody has said. Like when I started riding my bike 15 years ago, like that was one of those, like a lot of those old school riders that's coming to me and tell like some of those rules, like, oh, if you're riding like this and you're not like cool, and like, so I don't know, man, I can drop you on every climb. It's like,
That's
so
all that
I
matters,
earn my
right?
respect in different ways without not paying too much attention to the rules.
Exactly. Now, I want to just circle back to something that you mentioned earlier, which is your 10-year anniversary, right? Which is a huge milestone in any company's growth. And you guys have had pretty significant growth in those 10 years. And we're at Sea Otter, and there's another milestone, I think, that you've achieved here, which I think is really exciting about. Let's talk about your involvement with Sea Otter this year and why it's such a special year here at Sea Otter for Panormal Studios.
Yeah, it's been wild. I will start to say, like, I came here for the first time in 2019, and I walked in with our sales agent at that time that we were hired in the States to like see if we could get a little bit more success over here, and I was walking around in the expo area, and like I would have the Panormal jersey on, and people was like, "Oh, who are you?" Like, what is that? I was like, yeah, we do like cycling apparel. Like, we're from Denmark. Oh, okay, cool. And then I came here again last year, and something happened in those like couple of years that from being unknown to be like, hey, you're the guy from Panama. Can I sell you clothes? I said, oh, where are you from? Like, oh, I'm from New Mexico. Like, so to begin that, and now being here, and yesterday we announced the partnership with Lifetime Grand Prix that we are providing the winner's jersey for the Grand Prix series.
It's amazing.
A design work that has been like so true to our DNA, was like trying to push the boundaries of what we can actually achieve with like designs and how you like, go in that direction. It's just, it also adds up a little bit to like to the overall series, like a little bit more professional aspect to it, like when you have like a winner's jersey and stuff. So I was super proud to see like Keegan Swenson and Sarah Gomez yesterday wearing our jersey on the top of the podium. That was
That's pretty special.
It was special. It was sick. I've
now
been waiting for this for 6
everyone's going to
months.
want those jerseys now.
Oh yeah, but they're not for sale, and they will not be for sale. I think you have to deserve them.
Yeah, that's what makes it special.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's like
there's
no one's
only-
going to sell the yellow jersey.
No one's going to sell the yellow jersey.
Right.
You don't touch the yellow jersey.
Right.
Or any other winner's jersey, right?
Yeah,
Even though
awesome.
the Macchia Rosa is not, no. Those are for the winners.
Exactly. Well, super exciting. I'm looking forward to a long and wonderful partnership with you guys. I know it's only going to get better. We're Bike to Bites is going into its 3rd season here in the United States, but we're also going to be coming to Europe, and we're super excited about that. And maybe I can ride with you in Europe and you can drop me.
Maybe, but I'd rather just take you to
we'll go some good places.
Go some good places. I actually, when I started in Panama, I don't know if you can see this behind us, but there's a big van over there. I invented a project where it's kind of similar to yours, in a different way. I went on the road for 9 months, driving from city to city, just trying to be on the ground marketing for Panama Studios.
So like an experiential marketing initiative.
Exactly, and you visit different cycling stores, and I took journalists and people in the car and just hey, let's do this sick trip. Let's ride the pilgrimage, and so we did 7 days riding from San Sebastian to Santiago de Compostela. I've been riding a lot of those adventure trips, where you just you find so many hidden gems out there. I just want to mention one little thing. In the backland of Nice, we came into a little spot in Sipierre. There was 10 houses up there and a little restaurant, and we came in for lunch. And on the wall there was photos of a Tour de France and medals and jerseys and everything. And I did not know anything about this. And there was the oldest lady came out. It's oh yeah, we have some lunch left. I was oh yeah, cool. We up for it.
There.
We ate there, and it shows that the owner of the restaurant, he was competing in Tour de France in the 60s.
Wow.
And he was 3rd.
Wow.
So
and you just rolled into
this place? We just rolled into this place. I was yeah, they have this restaurant since that forever, and nobody knows about it. So that's the beauty about exploring and going to the unknowns and all that stuff.
I say it in the show all the time. There is nothing like kind of going out and seeing a place on 2 wheels. It gives you the freedom to really kind of navigate very differently than if you're in a car or even if you're on foot. You know what I mean? I think it gives you this opportunity to really go exploring and stumble across some unbelievable places, and that's what we're all about. We love seeking out and finding places that define a city, and it doesn't have to be one type of food genre. It could be, what's going to give you the pulse of a city? What's going to make you, when you leave the city after you've ridden it and you've eaten there, makes you feel like this is Philadelphia, this is Chicago, this is Boston. And that's, I think, kind of what we've tried to do with the show, and I'm super excited to continue to do that. And I'm super excited to continue to do it with you. And you have to maybe you come on a ride with me. It would be kind of fun. Even here in the States.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
I haven't been traveling that much. I only actually know a little bit about California. So I haven't made my way into the different states yet. So I have.
So I think it'd be a great opportunity for you to come and maybe explore.
Sure.
You'd be seeing some things for the first time, and
I
think that would be kind of cool.
That's so much part of my DNA to explore new things.
So we'll have to definitely do that for sure. We don't have to wait for Europe to do that. Yeah,
we'll do that this year.
Because you're living here in the States anyhow. So you're based here. Last thing, you're based here in San Francisco. That's your North American headquarters, right, for Panorama Studios?
Exactly. Yeah, we were establishing the headquarters last year. I moved over here with my family to get the things going, build the foundation of the brand, build a lot more brand awareness, and see how we can make a really strong sales distribution. But mostly it's about making connections and create relationships to set the stepping stone for this, for the future of Panama in the States. And I think sitting here at Lifetime Grand Prix with you, all the ambassadors and everyone that's a part of our journey over here, it feels amazing. It feels so satisfying to I say it sometimes, it feels like either you're I'm painting a fence there because I can see how far I get. So it's very, very satisfying.
Where next in terms of growth for Panorama? Are you going to open more places within the States? Are you going to expand outside? Globally beyond where you already are. I mean, I think you're all over. You're in Asia. You're in Europe. You're in Munich and a couple of places in Europe.
I think we have around 160 different wholesale doors around the world, represented in kind of all continentals and a lot of different cities and countries, of course. But regards to our own flagship stores, I think the next one on the list, I can say that out loud, that it's going to be China.
Wow. Okay.
So we just established like a headquarter and an operation in China. So we're looking into China now to build our next flagship store. It's a super interesting market. I think there's a lot of potential down there.
Very cool.
And then, of course, we keep focusing on the US. We don't want to spread ourselves too thin or shooting with spray hail. So we just like very specific into different states here and see how we can make them successful. And yeah, then hopefully it will spread like rings in the water over time. And then you'll see us becoming more obvious to some people. And like as soon as you go outside the metropolitans, it's hard. People don't really know about Panama. So that's what I'm really here for, to change.
What's your favorite place to ride? And if you had to pick a place in the United States that you haven't been to that you want to ride, what would those be?
I got this question a lot of times, but that's mostly around the world. But specific to the US, I really, really love going up north of the northern part of like California, where they go north of Healdsburg. You're riding
Like
through
Ukiah?
no, like a little bit further south.
Okay.
I like it's very, very rough when you do the Skaggs. Skaggs is like between Napa Valley and the one out to like Sea Ranch and to the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's so remote. There's nothing out there. It's just so rough and it's so purely honest. So that's probably one of the best rides I've been doing. LA is also really nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been ridden this place, but like I really want to do like Yosemite on my bike.
Oh, wow.
But like, of course, like there's so many places that I want to go. But
What's your favorite place in the world that you've ridden?
Taiwan.
Really? That's
I think-
unexpected.
I think Taiwan is one of the most.
I've not
like,
heard that from many people, so that's why I'm saying unexpected. Why?
I think there's something beauty. Like going in Taiwan, there's like this huge mountain in the middle of the island, and like you start from sea level and you go all the way up to 3,400 meters. So you go like through the jungle, you go through the pine trees, and you go above like the clouds, and then you're ending up like it's freezing. It's like it's just like there's so many sceneries you're passing by. There's monkeys running on the roads and stuff like this. It's just incredible.
That sounds amazing. I
So-
have not been to Taiwan, so
The food scene there is amazing.
Yeah, it's-
I'll say when they served me like the black chicken, I was like, this maybe a little bit, and the chicken balls, but surprisingly good.
Yeah.
So I'm up for every challenge there. I love it.
Nice.
Sucking all the local experiments that or they want to give me. So
all the challenges.
all the challenges.
Nice. Question for you. Curiosity question. When you've completed a long ride or you've completed something that's been, you're out on a 2-hour journey, how do you like to kind of celebrate finishing something that you've accomplished?
It's pretty simple.
What's the tradition?
It's pretty simple and pretty essential. It's just a cup of coffee. I really like we call it the third quarter. When you're done with the rides, you just want to sit next to your teammates and you just want to talk through the whole ride you just did. It's like, oh man, I got you on that city sign. Oh, you was like lacking a little bit on that climb. It's like you're going over the whole thing, and there's nothing better than just a really nice cup of coffee.
It's funny that you say that because when we first met, I met you at the store, your flagship store in San Francisco, and the first thing that you offered me, as soon as I came in, you want a coffee?
I think it's a good connection point, right?
I love coffee, and so you struck a chord immediately with me because it's my jam. I mean, he'll tell you, my producer will tell you, I have to seek out, like long before we start the day, on any shoot day, I will go out on my own and I will ride to a place that I have researched and found that serves up the best coffee in the city, and I'll just do that ride myself. I'll go have my coffee, I'll ride back, and then we'll get ready to go start filming. So coffee is essential.
Same for me. Like I have like those moments like almost like every other day when I bring in my kids to school. I go through the same coffee stop and I always ordering a double espresso. I'll just ask my kid like, can you just be quiet for like 15 seconds? I just want to have this moment for myself.
Yeah.
Like, here's my phone, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then you just sipping that
Sip your
espresso.
coffee.
It's like
Yeah. So what's your favorite? Is a double espresso for you?
Yeah, it
That's
actually changed
that's
sometimes. It changed.
I like a
some-
cortado.
cortado, but like it depends on if you want to like get skinny. You're like you're taking it black coffee.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sucking too much milk like through the day. If I do like 3-4 coffees a day.
Yeah, I won't do the milk like my first coffee in the day. I will treat myself and I will allow myself a little bit of cream, in the morning coffee. If I do anything in the afternoon, it's typically just an espresso, no cream.
I start with filter,
Yeah,
not filter, like the pour over,
yeah.
because it's super light.
That's how
It
I
has, like,
start. Pour over.
pour over,
Yeah.
because it's light, the high acidity, and like has a good fruit and everything. And then I treat myself. I'm not eating like 16 hours a day.
Yep.
So I'm fasting for 16 hours, and then means I can drink black coffee in the morning, but then I take the first calories in. That's with the milk, and that's where I got my first flat white.
Yeah.
So like a good steamed
Pretty
milk
much the
is
same
like
ritual.
amazing.
Same ritual. Do you know the funny thing is, what I've done, like we talked about, what's the longest ride you did this year, and I told you it was like 60 miles or 70 miles. I never drank beer before I started cycling. I drank wine. I loved wine, but I never drank beer. And I found myself after my first long ride craving a beer, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, why am I craving it? I guess it's the carbs. I don't know.
Well, it's
but like,
really good for your recovery as well.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, no, that's what I hear. Well, do you know, I see people run marathons. Like, they run the marathons, and there's like these big food trucks set up that serve beer on tap, and they all go running over to the beer truck.
Well, that's another good treatment after like a good bike ride. But like I'm not drinking too many beers.
Yeah.
But I'm into good wine.
Yeah, I love wine.
I'd rather have one good bottle a month than 5 really bad.
Yeah, totally
So
agree.
That's my whole philosophy. Drink less, drink better.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for
Thank
everything.
you, Garrett.
Yeah,
It was a pleasure to meet you out here.
Oh, such
I'm
a
a little
pleasure.
bit, like I said, disappointed that we didn't get the opportunity to ride together this morning. I would have loved to seen you dropping me just before you coming into Sea Yard on the very steep incline.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. You would have been waving to me as you passed me by.
Oh, you said you had an electric bike, right?
No, I don't have an electric
oh, fuck
bike.
it. It would have been.
Yeah.
It would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have been fun. No, mine's a gravel. It's a Parley gravel bike, so it still requires my legs. And I'm doing the ride tomorrow, which is the Gran Fondo Pacifico, which is the 50-mile ride, which will be fun. And I'm just taking it at my own pace. You know,
I'll be here cheering for you.
Yeah, nice.
All right.
I'm sorry. I would have ridden today with you. I don't have my, as I
Well,
said.
you give me another excuse to just come meet you somewhere else in the States, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
For more information on this episode, as well as other episodes in this series, head over to our website at bike2bitespodcast.com. You can also find us on YouTube at Bike2Bites. Be sure to give us a like and subscribe while you're there. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, we would appreciate a 5-star rating and a glowing review. It really does help spread the word. Check out our Instagram at bike2bites.tv, and be sure to follow my personal Instagram at Garrett A. Bess, where I post shots of my daily rides and interesting places I visit. If you're interested in watching the Bike to Bites TV show, please visit bike2bites.com. We also have some really cool stuff of Bike to Bites apparel and some other things that you can check out while you're there.